welcome back to the Dad Standard Podcast. I am Dan.
I'm Carlos.
That's Carlos.
That's Carlos.
And we are back for episode 3. Go us. We are now in the top 10% of all podcasts. I'm dead serious. Most podcasts don't make it past episode 3. 90% are done after 3 episodes.
Well, there's
Fun
no
fact.
way. There's no way. Really? Yay! I just want to get to the point where, like, 10% off. If you on Blue Chew or something like that.
I don't know if I want to touch on that topic.
Yeah,
well, if they want to sponsor us,
buddy.
I'll chill for it.
You're only a couple of years away from
sponsor
the colonoscopy.
Who's your co-host over there?
Oh, man.
You got the furry co-host today.
Say again?
You got the furry co-host with you today.
Well, co-host here is Vienna Sausage Perez. Don't tell Mom, but she's upstairs where she shouldn't be. She's a rat in dog's clothing, or
she totally was not on the bed before we started recording.
Not at all. Not at all.
I hope Kim doesn't watch this.
No, she doesn't. But Antonio will, and he's gonna rat me out.
Antonio's gonna rat you out, bro.
Yeah. Every one of my kids is a snitch. They will never tell me what my wife is up to, but they will absolutely snitch on me.
All right. Well, let's hop into it. I know we had a bunch of stuff we were going to talk about today. I know I just got back from vacation. We had a week-long vacation with the fam. And I know your family's out and about on vacation right now while you're still working. They left you hanging.
Yeah. I got I still got 4 mouths to feed, but now they're just all animals. I'm thinking about feeding one to the other. Start off with the beta fish to the gecko, the gecko to the cat. No, little Russian egg.
Work your way up in order.
So how was it, man? So you did you flew there, right?
Yeah. So we flew up to Cape Cod. So 5 of us on an airplane.
Mm-hmm.
What pretty smooth. I mean, we took one of the earlier flights out because we wanted to, obviously try and beat most of the airport traffic in Fort Lauderdale. So give the boys their iPads and their Nintendos just for the plane rides. The rest of the trip they had to put away. And thankfully we're pretty smooth. I mean, we got them snacks and food and everything before we got on board. TSA is smooth. Tasha and I both have. Yeah, no, you can bring solid foods through, but I mean, we just bought stuff at the convenience store place. They're happy with Lunchables. They're easy.
Was that their first flight for all of them, or?
No, the boys have flown before when they were younger. For Sasha, it was their first flight.
Okay.
But I mean, JetBlue's good too, because JetBlue's got the TVs and the chairs.
Okay. Now, did the baby situation? You're past the formula and all that stuff. It's you gotta get solid food, right?
Oh yeah, she's real food.
Yeah. Okay. She's a real boy.
We just brought her. We brought her snacks because she grazes throughout the day constantly. So she'll eat 40 pounds of goldfish and a container of strawberries and a bushel of blueberries.
God, there needs to be a Cheerios Pez dispenser.
Yeah. But I mean, plane ride was smooth, thankfully.
Yeah. What? So when you guys got there, so like you guys do what, like a house, and like you and Allie and your parents and all that. Like who was all there?
Yeah. So we Airbnb'd it. We rented a house. It was literally the third house back from the beach. So I mean, our roof deck for the house was looking out over the beach. You can easily see it. It was us 5, and then my parents.
Okay, gotcha.
So it was a 3-bedroom place. So Logan was in a bedroom by himself. Dom and Sasha were sleeping in the bedroom with Natasha and I. And my parents in the bedroom.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So what'd you guys do? Well, I saw the pictures.
Yeah, we went fishing.
Yeah,
you saw the fishing stuff, right? Yeah, so we went fishing. That went great. I mean, I did 25 striped bass on a 6-hour trip. That's awesome.
How many did you keep?
We kept 2, and that was probably 3 times as much fish as we needed. My parents had to take some home to give to my other relatives. We had so much left.
Man, what'd you get? It was a striped bass, man, not a freaking whale shark. What the?
There's a lot of meat on striped bass. I mean, they were striped bass up there are slot limited. So they have to be between, I want to say it was like 28 and 34 inches.
Okay.
So I think the 2 that we kept were like in that 32 to 33 inch range. And a striped bass that size, like that's like one of them would probably feed 6 to 8 people very easily. And we kept 2.
Now, do your kids have every kid has it, but like, do your kids have the aversion to fish because of the smell or anything like that, or the bones?
Yes and no. They like some stuff. So like they like different shrimp stuff. They like fried shrimp, they like calamari. They do like the fish sticks and whatnot. They like that stuff.
Now
they tried the striped bass. The striped bass, if you prepare correctly, is not very fishy to begin with. They can be, if you make it right, it's pretty white and flaky.
Now, did who was on grill duty?
I was doing any of the grilling we actually did. The striped bass we actually did like in foil packets.
Okay. You didn't do
So
it.
it
You
kind
didn't
of
put
like
it in the
steams in
dish.
there.
You didn't put it in the dishwasher, did you?
No, no, we didn't put it in the dishwasher.
Every idiot I know has had that.
Can't.
Somebody's tried it in your circle of friends. There's always one person in your
One.
circle of friends
One.
that's tried it. I'm not it, but somebody. It's one of our friends. He has tried it, and he guesses who?
Someone has done it. Yeah.
Turner. I would say Turner was our most likely.
No, I would say Turner knows what he's doing. No, Turner knows how to prepare fish, dude.
Yeah, but he's also going to try it.
That's something like Ethan or Dave would do.
Dave's too
Dave knows how to cook. Dave's know how to cook though too. Ethan would do it.
Does he?
Yeah,
Ethan might. He's the last to get married, so he's probably like the least domesticated. So he might have tried it in his rambunctious 20s or 30s.
So yeah.
Well, he was your roommate, so you would know better than I would.
I could see him doing it. 100%.
Try to cook it with Diet Coke.
That's why we didn't let him in the kitchen.
So here's the other thing. Your mom, how Italian is she? Like, is she like Olive Garden Italian or like?
I don't know. Like she was cooking. She was cooking for us too. Like she actually cooked the fish the night we were doing the fish.
Because the reason I'm asking is like I saw this thing about what it's like to be married to a Latina, and of course you're obviously married into it. But I was always curious about like, have you done the contrast to compare of Italian moms versus Hispanic moms?
Italians like the original Latinos, like literally where Latin came from, bro. Like Italy, Spain, France, they're all Latin countries. France kind of veered off a little bit, but I mean Italy and Spain, like
but
two Latin countries.
No, all right. So
we don't group Italy in because, but I mean, let's be honest, Italian's based on Latin.
Yeah. But there's
we're kind of crazy.
I don't know what happened. We got the Taino blood in us or something, or the Carib blood. So here's some things. All right, how about does both one or the other throws the men out of the kitchen?
I mean, probably not as much as her parents' generation would have.
Yeah,
but again, I also come from a family where men cooked a lot as well.
Okay, how about
like both my grandfathers cooked a lot, and not just like grilling, just in general.
Okay, yeah, there is that little bit of like we all secretly have like Gordon Ramsay tendencies, but
yeah, so
in my house,
like my dad doesn't cook.
Yeah.
He'll grill stuff, but he doesn't cook in the kitchen.
Yeah. In Latin America, bro, they will, especially like I remember growing up in Panama, they would throw you the hell out of there. Like, what do you mean you're cooking? Get out of here! This is our area. This is our AO.
Yeah, I mean that's like when Natasha's grandmother was still with us. Like that's the way she was. That's the way Gina was when she was. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were there with her too.
Yeah. So Gina was definitely that old school. How about the jealousy quotient? Everyone's got a little bit, but like I don't know, Latinas, I mean, they ramp it up to like.
Yeah. No, that's yeah. I mean that's Latinos win on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how about the prepping to late factor?
That's coin toss.
Well,
Italian girls, they like to get all done up. Some Italian guys like to get all done up.
Do they do the eyebrow thing like the Puerto Ricans do?
Some, yeah.
I got this story. I always tell people about this.
Clearly, I don't.
No, clearly. Like, eyebrows to me are like, unlike schools, need to be separate and equal, and that's the only qualifications. Everything else, you're just prepping, dude. So in my company of 32 in 2009, we must have had solid 14, 15 Puerto Ricans. We come out from Afghanistan. Our beards are out to here. We're all dirty as shit. Some of us haven't showered in a couple of days. And the first sergeant's like, everyone get the haircuts, get rid of the beards.
Grooming standard.
Yeah. So we all go to the barbershop. Then the Puerto Ricans steer off in Bagram. There's this thing called Disney Drive. There's all these shops that are on the side. And they go off into, I guess it's a nail salon or whatever. And
wherever
the
they
rest
did the
of
eyebrow
us,
thing.
Yeah, they did the eyebrows and the nails. Bro, they come out and it's like, are my eyebrows done? I didn't even recognize my team sergeant. My team sergeant was also Puerto Rican, Juan Rivera, good dude. But like, I didn't even recognize him. Like the shit looked like Megamind, like real fit. And I'm like, I just, it's unbelievable, man. Like I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen premping of that level on a male, heterosexual male.
All right. Hey, listen, man. I don't know. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. Could be worse.
Yes, man. Speaking of floating your boats, so you did the boats, you did the fishing. Anything else? Any other adventures?
We did the fishing. It went really well. We did whale watching because that area up there is known for humpback whales, especially this time of year, which we saw quite a few of as well. So that worked out well. Hopefully, I have those videos out. Hopefully, I have those videos out at some point as well.
Okay.
We went to Plymouth to see the Mayflower and the Rock, and they had the recreation of like the village, like what a village would look like for the Pilgrims back then, and
This
then
is what
also
it
like
was
a
like to
recreation of an
suck.
Indian village as well.
Okay.
So that was cool.
Now
Had
this
a good time with
now
that.
Dominic and Logan have been there before. They've this is like old hat to them.
No, this was all first for them.
Okay. Okay.
The
So
last
they were
time we
into it.
flew, they were going up to Jersey. We were in my parents' place in Jersey.
Okay, gotcha.
So this was the first for them.
Yes, you get out of the way.
And then yeah, I mean we did there's a national park up there, Cape Cod National Seashore is an actual national park.
Okay.
So they have their national park passports. So whenever we're near a national park, we go and they get their passport stamped and get to see all this stuff. I learned some cool stuff along the way as well.
Like what?
Well, I didn't know, like in the national, I've been going to Cape Cod for the last 43 years. I didn't know that in Cape Cod National Seashore, inside the national park, there are still some residential lots, I guess, for lack of a better term, or residential homes, because people still live in them.
Yeah.
So I guess when JFK designated it as a national park, part of the agreement was with the families that still live there that they could still live there, obviously. And still have access to their homes and all that stuff. But there was also a golf course there that I never knew about. And I'm trying to remember now who, like it was there in the 1920s and 1930s. And there was a famous golf course designer who actually designed it. And I was sitting there like, well, and I never knew there was a golf course there before. The golf course isn't there anymore. It's like when they made the national park, it's not that I just missed a golf course just sitting there. Like one of the homes still has like one of the holes is their backyard and that's it.
Okay.
But I was like, and they were actually playing PGA. They were playing PGA tournaments there in the 20s and 30s. Yeah,
bro. I saw.
So like, dude, I've been coming here for 40 years. I never knew. I never knew this.
I was listening to a fascinating bit about what were the majors. We'll talk about the U.S. Open here in a little bit. I know you guys are itching to hear about that, but it was really interesting.
Our professional breakdown.
Yeah, our professional breakdown. So one thing I didn't know is that. So you know how like Bobby Jones is the only one that got win the Grand Slam. Well, that was what they consider the Grand Slam. But then you asked Byron Nelson, and he said, well, it was the North and South, and there was another one, the PGA, and then it wasn't until like the 1960s, and it's something that Arnold Palmer said that pretty much solidified these are our four major championships. So I thought it was pretty cool. But you'd be surprised. There's a golf course here in Fort Bragg that was designed by Donald Ross. He's the same guy that designed Pinehurst No. 2 and Ronamick. So yeah, I'm actually surprised there aren't more golf courses. You didn't take your sticks, did you?
No, we didn't. Hold on, I'm looking this up now because this is bugging me as to who was designing this.
Who designed it?
I'll find this at some point. Apparently, I won't. But
please put it in little words.
Anyway, it's just I just found it really. Really funny that we were all sitting there like, and my parents have been going there longer than I've been alive, and none of us ever knew there was originally a golf course hiding back there.
So wait a second. Here's the other question, and you've talked about your Cape Cod adventures for years. What possesses you guys to go to Cape Cod of all places? Like, there's a bunch of.
Fine, one. I mean, if you ask me to choose between the Jersey Shore and Cape Cod, I'll choose Cape Cod.
Fair.
Such. Fair if you want to do that. I don't want to go to the beaches of Long Island because it's Long Island. So then you just start slowly drifting north. I mean, it's beautiful. Like if you want like that old school New England vibe, like if you go watch Jaws, basically, and it's like I know the movie's 50 years old now. It still feels like that in a lot of places.
Have you ever been to Santa Rosa Beach where they filmed? So this is where they filmed the Truman Show.
Yeah,
that
like
place,
the Panhandle area, right?
Yeah. That's where I was stationed in Eglin, and it's just down the street from us. It blows whatever Cape Cod has out the water. Absolutely no massholes. And if you can tolerate the fact that you've got Alabama and Florida fans up the yin yang, But I tell you what the topper is. There's a Grimaldi's right down the street, buddy.
Yeah,
I mean come on.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The week we were there, I think I had like 5 lobster rolls. So I mean, it's also kind of hard to beat. I really like a lobster roll.
It's sea spiders, man. You're eating
tasty sea spiders. All right. I'll make sure the bugs know who's boss. Okay. Mine. All right. Want them to know.
Oh my god.
But
yeah, I mean, nothing funny, crazy shenanigans.
Yeah, nothing like just like super crazy out of the ordinary. I mean, if I like Cape Cod Bay, especially for kids, because it's a huge tidal basin. So like, usually like when you're here in Florida and the tide goes out, like the water drops like 5 feet from where you're sitting and then comes back.
Yeah.
When the tide goes out in Cape Cod Bay, in a lot of the areas, you're going to be 13, 14, 15 sandbars deep. So like
Okay.
you're talking 300-400 yards of tidal basin.
Oh, wow.
So it's like it goes. And even when the tide starts coming back in, it stays shallow for a while. So you can walk around. So I mean, like, we found the first day we were there had been like a massive squid breeding thing that had happened recently. So all the dead squid were
Yeah,
washing up on
baby.
shore. That's right. So the boys had like buckets full of dead squid. They were just sitting around squeezing the ink out on them and whatnot. And they
Oh
found
my
horseshoe
God.
crabs. So I'm picking up the horseshoe crabs for them so they can see the horseshoe crabs and
Showing the blue blood.
yeah, the blue blood.
And where's Natty in all this? Because like she is the most metro of metro Miamians I have ever met. Like I can't even
I mean,
imagine her.
she likes to go to the beach to sit in the sun. So she was on the beach chair sitting in the sun. Usually with Sasha, because Sasha, like for the first half of the trip, didn't want to walk on sand. It was like right on the beach. And then eventually she got over the fear and got off the towel. And then after that, she was just chasing the boys around the entire time.
So there is nothing can prepare a dad for the first time they take
kids
small
to the beach.
children. I remember saying to myself, this is miserable as miserable can be. Like there is a hell, a Chinese hell, where you have to take kids for the first time to their beach for the rest of your life, for the rest of your eternity. That's a hell. Now it's like that creamy nougat middle, man, where when we take the kids can go off. My wife is relatively not neurotic enough to lose her mind about Antonio going out to the beach because he can kind of swim, kind of, and then it's cool. But now the other thing on the other end of that rainbow is going to come to fruition, which is when the kids leave and we want to go to the beach, what the hell are we going to do? Well, at our age, by the time Antonio, yeah, like cocktail.
A cocktail.
I don't,
A
yeah,
cocktail. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you've tried to drink lately, but it ain't what it used to be.
That's why I drink bourbon, dude. Just slow sippers. Slow sippers.
I don't know, man. So, and then of course, like I'm thinking to myself because I often equate, Natty's predilections and neuroses with Kim's because they're very much the same that way. So it's always funny to me.
Yeah, this was the benefit of being at this particular beach is that most of the time we were at the beach is when the tide was out, so there was no water for the kids to drown in.
But
you literally would have had to walk out 6 miles to get to water you could drown in.
Mom, Dad, I really want to end it now.
Yeah. Yeah, keep going, kid. Good luck.
But you had a good vacation, came back.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
Kids ended up at customs.
Ice cream. It's all good.
Good. And your parents, are they still coming back to Naples or what's the story with that?
Yeah, they're still back and forth between Jersey and Naples.
Well,
hopefully
that was
updates,
your travel thing.
Hopefully updates coming soon.
All right. Enough of the small talk. We got a dish on Mando.
Let's do it. Mando and Grogu. You want to go first? Grogu. I've been talking. You go first.
Okay. So my thoughts. You get over here. This is serious stuff here.
Put the Ewok down.
Ewok down. What the hell? Dave Filoni, you had one job. Don't give me a short season 4 because that's all it felt like to me.
That's what it was.
It's all it was. I get it. Favreau and all them are like, no, this is not that. This is something else. Yeah, my bullshit meter is fucking pegging 100%, buddy. No, here's the thing that irritated me about the whole thing. What did Mando or Grogu grow to, right? Like, he's 50 years old. He doesn't know a single bloody word. Mando, he's basically a dad. Are we going to, like, take the mask off from time to time because he realizes that, hey, basically, I'm like, I've been following the cult and now I'm no longer in the cult and I can take my mask off from time to time and, connect. What the hell, dude? Like, you could have gone so many places with that. And it was basically a season 4 condensed down. They didn't grow either of them. And then it's like, the thing with me is if you're going to have a kid with force powers and he's still using it, he should be getting better at it. He shouldn't be getting, like, hey, maybe we want to go left, not right there, Mando, or maybe you don't want to do this. He got captured so many. I never seen a Mandalorian get captured so many times and not get killed. I think he got captured like 5 times. It's basically like The Orange is the New Black, or what was that other prison movie or prison show they used to have on HBO?
The Wire.
The Wire.
Not The Wire.
I mean, like it's it's like. I wanted to see something a little more thought out, like grow the characters. Don't make them the same people they were at the beginning. I don't know. That was my big thing against it. I mean, great scenes. I'll probably watch it over again. I could love the fact that Jabba's or the huts are not just basically, giant boogers with mouths. That was kind of cool, but man alive, they really blew it on growing those guys into something, Those are my thoughts. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm torn. I agree with you on the character growth part. At the same time, I feel like it was just like a big fun summer blockbuster popcorny, like sit back and don't have to pay that close of attention, enjoy the scenery and like all the fan service they're doing in the movie. Did it need to be a movie though? Like
That's my point.
why
I
we
don't know
did a
about
movie and just to do another season on HBO? Like I not HBO on you know what I mean, on Disney.
Moolah.
I don't know. And then like I think what, like I said, like I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was fun. Thrilling masterpiece of storytelling. Not really. My main concern is like you still have them. There's no like clear conclusion to their story at the moment. Well, what do you do now? Do you make another movie? Do you go back and do season 4 that takes place after this movie? We just done and that's it? And like I think it would feel weird if you went back and now did like a season 4 after doing the movie.
Here's the other thing. Like, and I'm not a guy that like isn't stupid to the ways of like, okay, they did these things then canonically it's before, this thing is in between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. This kid is 50 years old, getting better. Maybe he's not really a Jedi, but then again, if I'm Kylo Ren and all them, I wouldn't want those two clowns running around. Like, he's going to get bigger and better. Like, let us see some of that. Or at least put him like, hey, you know what? They hit some kind of hyperspace, whatever the hell, and they ended up in Los Angeles or San Francisco, 1984, trying to save humpback whales or something.
Save a humpback whale?
Yeah. There'd be whales here, Captain.
Fighting with Kirk and Spotty.
Yeah. They actually run into Kirk and Spock.
That's before Spock on the
before
bus.
J.J. Abrams screwed that one up too. Like there was so many places could have gone. Like for that kind of money.
Yeah, I feel like it's unfulfilled potential, and I think that's where like as fans you feel let down. Not that it wasn't necessarily fun to watch. It's just it could have been so much more, and it wasn't. And it just leaves you confused as to what's going on going forward.
I don't know if I will say, Dave Filoni, if you're hearing me, listen, dude. You're the Kevin Feige of this universe. Right the ship that Kathleen Kennedy clearly was 3 sheets to the wind towards the end running. We need like vector. We need distance. What was it from this
direction?
I cried with distance or whatever it was.
Yeah. It's been a long time since we've seen a decent Star Wars movie. It's kind of rough with the movies.
Yeah. I mean, you've got maybe maybe Rogue One. I don't know.
Yeah, Rogue One was definitely solid. Solo was so kind of weak.
Did you watch
I will argue that The Last Jedi was actually a very good Star Wars movie.
Is that see, I don't even know which one it is because it's like the second. That's the second one,
That's
right?
the second one in the last trilogy.
Yeah.
The one that nobody liked. The one that Rian Johnson did a good job on.
My whole thing is this: hyperspace weapons. Dude, game changer. Like everything should be like everything else from now on. Like make them like unmanned drones. Dude, have you watched the war in Ukraine? Like everything.
Yeah.
There's the Emperor. Not anymore.
Yep. Gone. See ya.
Yeah. You don't even have to be a good pilot. Like have a guy with like, I don't know, he's got Andorian cancer or whatever. And like, hey dude, if you're going to die anyways, take this speedster and right to the Emperor.
Zap it through something.
Yeah.
It's that mass times acceleration thing.
Yeah.
Gets you every time.
Physics. So the other thing that the other thing we talked about before that we'd watched was Punisher: One Last Kill. What's your thoughts on it?
Man, I love me some John Bernthal. They just need to let him cook. Let's let him do Punisher more and more and more Punisher.
Yes.
John cook. I'm not gonna lie though. I am concerned that they're gonna tone him down quite a bit for the Spider-Man movie. I know, which is like a shame because man, when you let him go, like every season of Punisher and every spot where he's popping up in Daredevil, John Bernthal, the man. Like he's the quintessential Punisher. Like I know it's not following the traditional Punisher storyline as much. I don't care. Like just the spirit of it is there.
Yeah.
And you might want to touch on the next point more than I'm more qualified to speak on. But I mean, they keep hitting on the trauma that a lot of soldiers face when they come back and the PTSD that goes on with it. Like, because that's been a reoccurring thread through it. I know, like, especially that last season of the Punisher, they were really diving into it.
Yeah, it's absolutely there, man. Like, I felt what the first scenes where he's having flashbacks or that goes through our minds a lot. Even if and it's funny too because I'm not to say that I was in a firefight every day, like not at all. But that idea of you you go back to those things that they were rough at the time, whether it was your drill instructor or, that CO or that team sergeant that just had it out for you. But you realize that something goes on in the end. And then you see that he's going back to him every time and saying, am I doing right? And, obviously it's a subconscious telling him, nah, not really, or and we're not. I think Bernthal is one of those. He's this generation's Pacino. Like very method. You can just tell that. I mean, even when you interview him, he's like he's nothing. A, he's nothing like the real Punisher. But B,
No,
you realize.
no, like in real life, he's like the sweetest guy ever.
Well, yeah. Well, not only that, he was like a jock. Have you ever heard the whole story about how it all started with him? I'm not going to bore
No,
everyone. Yeah, that's another. You can look that up. But I will tell you is that the dude started from a jock dude trying to get an easy A in an acting class to basically going to Russia to study theater. I shit you not. Like this is actually
that's awesome.
yeah. The guy like loves to act, and he's not taking it. He's taking it serious enough that we give a great Punisher, but not so serious that he's questioning, things like the pathos of the Marvel movies or when he just takes the act. Okay, this is what you want me to be, and then he becomes it. I honestly don't know how method he is. I don't know if he's like sending dead rats to his castmates like homeboy Jared Leto in Suicide Squad, but whatever it is, he's got it. And the action was awesome. It very much reminded me of the Raid Redemption. The raid, I think it was called. They go through the floors. That was pretty fucking cool. I don't know. I haven't seen anything that says that it's gonna, parlay into another season of Punisher. But I think he left it where he can go off into either right off into the sunset and just do Punisher things and be episodic, kind of like the Hulk is, or this parlays into another season. Or
yeah, I mean, well, like I said, obviously he's showing up in Spider-Man in a few weeks when that comes out, and then. Yep. Daredevil, the next season of Daredevil's due next year, whenever it is. I'd be surprised if he didn't pop up in there at some point because they're bringing the Defenders back, so they're bringing that whole crew back.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't show up in there somewhere, just give me another season of Daredevil.
Yeah,
I just do it. Like just let him. Like I said, let him cook, man.
I have been an awful WandaVision was great. Everything's gone downhill since then, and then by the time I got to Born Again, I was like, why am I going to be let down again? So I owe it to the fans, to our 3 or 4 fans that are watching this, to go watch it and then do some deep dive on Daredevil because
you've watched both seasons of Born Again, right?
I've not. That's my point. Like,
dude, you should go get on that, dude. Like, get on that.
Yeah, because like after WandaVision, like all the stuff, the straight to the limited series.
Yeah, there was some slop in there.
I mean, it just kept going down,
dude. Born Again's right up like with the Netflix stuff. Like up there.
Okay. All right.
Like 100%.
I'll have to watch
it. You will not be upset with Born Again.
Rock on.
And since Kim and the kids are gone, you can binge it now.
Yes. Yeah, I cannot get her to watch. It's one of those things where it's like you got just enough time. We either watch a show together or
Yeah, it's hard with the kids, man. Like we're like that too. By the time we get the kids to bed, like she's putting the boys down right now, and it's like she'll shower and go to bed now because it'll be 10 o'clock by the time we're done.
Now, so how are you guys? How are you able to watch it? Do you have it in the background while you're working, or
no? We just try and get like on weekends or like any of those nights where all the kids go down pretty quick and easy and there's no issues.
But then we try with you?
Yeah. She likes all the Marvel and the Star Wars stuff.
Nice.
So like if we know we're gonna try and watch a show, like we'll tag team it. Like one of us is putting Sasha down, the other one will go shower, and then we'll flip flop. So that by the time we do get all of them down, we can actually sit and watch a show.
Gotcha.
An episode of something, hopefully.
Hey, can you pause for a second? All right, I'm back.
Do it.
All right. So you guys do the tag team, but back from break. So, all right, so you guys do the flip flop. Yeah, I can't get Kim to watch anything remotely guy centric. She will do like Big Bang and comedy kind of stuff. We kind of that's our happy medium. She does the thing that really scares me, which is How to Get Away with Murder kind of stuff. And
yeah, I'd watch out for those.
I mean, she hasn't taken notes yet.
Natasha's not into that stuff.
Well, she's a doctor. She probably like can kill you with like her finger. She has like a spot,
Yeah, bring some drugs from work or something.
So let's see what else. Okay, speaking of things that we should be seeing. Now me and Kim did go watch Obsession. It's a movie about a kid who he's got a jonesing for this girl that he works with. He's socially awkward. He misses his call. He misses his chance to say "I like you," and then breaks a stick that supposedly gives him a wish. Says "I wanna," and he says it in such a way that like he didn't think about how he said his wishes, and homegirl becomes obsessed with him. I'm not going to spoil it any more than to say, the movie needs to be watched. It was done like on the cheap. It was like one of these. He was an internet channel guy who got a chance to do a movie, and he made awesome movie. I can't. I'm gonna get you her name. Yeah, so it was Curry Barker is his name. Remember that name? Curry Barker. He's the one that directed it, wrote it. You got Indy Navarrete. She was the girl. You might remember her as she played Lana Lang in the Lois or Superman and Lois
Superman and Lois.
Berlantiverse. Yeah,
The newer one.
yeah, the Berlantiverse one. So she was Lana Lang in it. She's awesome in it. The kid who plays Bear, Michael Johnston, he's pretty good in it too. Bit of a weenie, but so worth it. I can't recommend it enough. Definitely don't take the kids to it. I would say for that one, 16 or better. Some of the violence is it's
Gratuitous.
it's gratuitous, but it's also like really well. It's $70,000 movie. You can only imagine how good the special effects were. So
The ILM wasn't doing doing the special effects.
no, definitely wasn't going to the
whatever they could source from the local butcher shop for free.
yeah.
At the end of the day, that stuff.
Yeah, you definitely weren't going to Skywalker Ranch for that one to do the editing. Other one I saw that I would recommend if you are, I don't know if because you're a little bit younger than me, so you may not have grown up with them, but if you saw this He-Man, the new He-Man Masters Universe, if you liked the movie, and especially if you liked the movie and you saw the show or grew up with the show, it's very meta, worth your time. If you've never seen He-Man before, not worth it. But it is it's fan porn for sure. There's a cameo by Dolph Lundgren. Some of the bad guys from the original Masters Universe is in there. Jared Leto actually does a really good. The thing between him and Evelyn is pretty funny, and there's some post credit scenes on that one you definitely want to stick around for. But if you've ever seen the show, it really trolls it a little bit. It definitely harks back to it. There's some good it's some good nostalgia porn. No, I don't know if did you grow up with that stuff with He-Man?
Yeah. I watched He-Man. Natasha's not going to want to see it with me, so that's either I'm going to watch it by myself sometime or just wait for it to come out on the streamings.
Yes, worth it. Absolutely worth it. Stay for the 3 extra credit scenes. What have you seen, man?
We did Toy Story 5 last week. Good family flick. Definitely back towards the like the vibes of the original, the first 2.
Okay.
I know the last 2 wasn't as much of a fan of the last couple.
Utterly
weird.
Forgettable.
You can keep Forky. I'm not a big fan of the Forky. He unfortunately does show up in this movie, but it's not that big a deal.
They didn't learn Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, but the actual the story itself and the feel, the vibes of the movie is much more closely aligned with the original 2.
Okay.
So
and definitely the whole iPad thing that is
the iPad thing. It brings up some really good discussions that we had, especially with Dom and Logan, since they're a little older and they have like access to use iPads sometimes.
Yeah.
Of like, there's that can be a good gateway into some discussions with the kids.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I don't want to spoil like what happens in the movie, but like obviously some of the issues you would expect to have happen with an iPad happen.
Yeah.
Without being too specific. So I think, especially if you have younger kids, middle school, you could probably already having that conversation anyway. But if you have like that, like
and losing
2nd through like 5th or 6th grade kids who are still kind of like learning how devices work and how they can affect you, I think it's a good gateway to some conversations.
Rock on. Do they have some of those? I love it when those kind of cartoons or movies that have like jokes that are working on another level that adults can understand. Did I have some of those?
Yeah, there are some of those. Pixar is usually pretty good with those to begin with, just in general.
Yeah.
I give them props for that one. They're in there for this movie as well.
Okay.
So, and then there's, again, without being too like spoilery, there's like some shout outs to some old school toys as well.
Okay. Rock on.
So
what else have you
I'll
seen?
leave it at that. Yeah. What else? House of the Dragon. That's what I had written down. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I write notes.
Yeah.
House of the Dragon season 3. I know you haven't watched it yet. So again,
that's one of those.
I'm not
I gotta watch it with her.
Anything. Yeah.
Okay.
So no spoilers.
Yeah.
Probably I would say one of the best sea battle scenes I've seen
Interesting.
put to film.
Better than Masters and Commander?
Master and Commander is fine. Like Master and Commander is usually what you're using to like judge things against, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it's as good as Master and Commander. Also, kind of different because Master and Commander obviously have like dragons flying around, so it's a little.
Not
Take
yet.
that, Russell Crowe. Yeah, what you got, Russell Crowe? You fucking dragons in your movie, bro. Get your shit together, like.
Okay, now how epic a fight is it compared to stuff from the OG Game of Thrones?
So, like, if you go to like OG battles in Game of Thrones, like, yeah, you think of like Battle of the Bastards, right? Like, that's usually like the big OG battle set piece.
Yeah,
I think the one when they're fighting the White Walkers at Winterfell was a joke. That was horribly done. It was just stupid.
Yeah,
like Battle of the Bastards was awesome.
Yeah.
I would put it above that one.
Wow.
And I like Battle of the Bastards. Like I like that one.
Interesting.
But this one, again, like I'm trying to decide like what to say without like being too spoilery.
Here's a question for you: did you have to watch a YouTube recap in order to get spun up on what it was going on, or did they? How? Because the recap says, hey, HBO, if you're listening to me, your recaps suck, man. You need to give me a solid 5 minutes. Don't be showing up with Homeboy, and he's like pivotal, and you don't even know what his name is because you didn't put him in the recap. Terrible recap.
No, the recap pretty much had what you needed in there, and I mean it's almost picking up like right where you left off with the last season. But yeah, I mean it's just it was good. Like it had the combination of like great battle scenes like Battle of the Bastards with some of the gut punches of the Red Wedding.
Gotcha.
Again,
and then the other thing with me is, so I gotta watch it with Kim, so I have to wait till she gets back. But the other thing is, I got to do some PR campaign on her because she made the mistake of watching the other one that came out, the Night one.
Night of the Seven Kingdoms?
Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Oh my God. That thing took 3 episodes to get to where it needed to get to, and it killed the vibe, bro. And so.
Did you read the books?
I did read the book.
Okay. I just, because like, it was pretty faithfully adapted to the books. I was surprised.
And that's the problem. Like,
what's the problem? You have to stretch a novella into 7 episodes.
I mean, on the top of it all,
100-page book in 7 episodes.
I mean, the only dragon they had in the whole bloody thing was the old guy's crank, which is like long as my arm. And I'm like, this is going bad. And like,
did you watch any of the behind the scenes making ofs for that one? Because they were all joking about that.
Yeah, you think I'd have that's like one of those things you steal from set, like the coffee table from Central Perk, and the tea kettle that was never used in Seinfeld, and
the Homeboy's crank. Dong.
Yeah, it was.
What I really liked about Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which I think towards the end of Game of Thrones, the original series, it was getting away from a little bit, and probably even with House of the Dragon right now, it got down to the focus of like the normal people in that universe.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like, you forget, like, Westeros is big ass freaking island, big ass freaking landmass.
Yeah.
There's lots of little, I don't say like little people, but like, the not like lords and ladies of the land.
They're the common folk.
Yeah, the common folk. And even with the knights, it's like, whether Dunk is technically a knight or not, he's effectively a knight. But it's like, you think of knights, and you think of, the big shiny armor and all, like, the highfalutin dude who lives in the castle and whatnot. Like, no, like, bunch of regular knights just wandering around doing their hedge knight thing.
Dunk is what would happen to army or what would happen to knights if they had to go through ROTC. We have to suck it up, man, because these assholes. Well, he ends up being he's an ancestor of Brienne of Tarth.
Yeah, that's one of some of the working theories that are going on. Like he has. So there's only 3 novellas for anyone who hasn't read the book. So the novellas are great. Like, go ahead and read them, listen to them on an audiobook, whatever you're gonna do. They're super short, they're easy to get through. But him and Egg have a longer written history that George R. R. Martin has like already made available. Like, we know a good chunk of the major plot points for the rest of both their lives. And I don't want to spoil them here because I don't know where they're going in the shows. And if you haven't dug that deep into Game of Thrones lore.
Because House of Dragons, that story is pretty much already set too. That's already in a book.
That one, I mean, in the books, that's already set. So just how close does HBO stick to it is the question everyone has right now.
Now, I didn't know there was 3 novellas. I only read the first one. and it basically followed the first season. I'm like, okay, I didn't know there was a second or third one. So
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
okay.
Again, the second 2 are like the first one, like super easy, quick reads. Like
now, is Egg the one that now? Here's the one I don't get so far. Is Egg the maester at the black wall or the wall?
No, that's his older brother.
Okay.
He was vaguely like referenced somewhere during one of the episodes saying that he was over at Maester College.
Yeah, I'm down for it, man. I want to see it. Like again, first season went down. I mean, Game of Thrones infamously like really slow starts, man. Like I had to watch. I probably had the first 3 seasons of Game of Thrones for somewhere in the morale to hooch in Afghanistan for about a year and a half before I thought they like I would go to the first episode. I'm like, oh wow, and that was it. Like it didn't pick up. I had to like start over and over and over again. But the one I fucking powered through it, and this is kind of the same things happening with Last Night or what is it, Night of the Seven Kingdoms, and then
Seven Kingdoms.
House of Dragons, like that just went.
Well, I mean, if you want to go back to speaking about good battle scenes,
yeah,
that tournament battle scene in Night of the Seven Kingdoms was pretty freaking awesome too.
That was pretty awesome. Yeah,
and I've watched like a lot of like breakdown videos on that one, like not from like HBO, but from other people where it's like guys who study medieval armor and fighting techniques and weapons, and they're like, that was pretty spot on. Like, someone did their homework on that show. Oh
my god!
Sometimes you look at some of the Game of Thrones stuff, and if you really start dissecting, like that's not how that weapon's used, but whatever, it's fine. It's a TV show. Suspension of disbelief, but like that one was like they're all like, yeah. Whoever did the consulting for that one was like
spot on.
Good job.
That's one of those things where like you always there's Monday morning quarterbacking, then there's I would have done it differently, which is it's almost a trope. Police officers and military guys when they see guys crashing rooms, like all that stuff, and I obviously for them it's the same thing. I am looking forward to it though. Like I said, I was trying to get Kim to watch it, but unfortunately things ran out of time before I could get that one done. Plus, I gotta say it, I was glued to the U.S. Open.
Yeah, it's a good segue. Let's jump into that. Let's move on to topics. We're already recording a lot of time here.
Yeah,
U.S. Open.
U.S. Open.
Hold on, I got my shorts on. I need to grab my pants. Hold on.
I got my pants on.
Where's my boy Harry Higgs at? No, I'm actually wearing shorts.
Like how? Okay, like
hold on. For anyone who didn't catch it, hold on. So Mr. Harry Higgs, in his own words, left early. I think it was for Friday's round.
Yeah. Left
his house, or the Airbnb or wherever he was staying, by like 3:30 in the morning to get to the course in his shorts. Got his polo. Got his shoes. I got your shoes on. I got your shorts.
It's like you're driving out. You walk out of the house. You have a cup of coffee, a bag or whatever, your golf bag, if you're, and it's like, wow, it's kind of nippy out here.
A little breezy out here. A little breeze here. It's Scottish golf. What are we doing here?
I don't get it, man. I mean, I'm glad he got it. It's like I'm glad there wasn't any of that stupid like penalty because he's wearing shorts. First of all, I don't even understand it.
Okay, so shout out to his wife, and he shouted out his wife too in all his interviews. Like he got to the course, realized that he was wearing his shorts, called his wife now like at 4:00 in the morning.
Yeah,
and luckily she answered the phone, ran his pants.
Luckily
over there,
and luckily she wasn't Latina or Italian because if it had been my wife, you're fucked.
It would have been late.
Well,
so she hustled over there.
Yeah. Good job, Miss Higgs. Mrs. Higgs for the win.
Wife of the year, besides our wife.
Yeah, my wife would have told me, well, I guess you're not playing in the U.S. Open, are you? And by the way, did you take the trash in and did you feed the dog and blah, blah, blah?
You would have been in the pro shop buying pants.
Yeah.
The wrong size pants.
Watch him be like, hey, I'm a 36 by 30. Yeah, you and everyone else in this damn universe, Yeah,
he comes out wearing like some like tight pants. That's all I had.
Yeah, he's walking probably 36 because he did. I don't think he finished that round. Yeah, that was insane, bro. Like the
weather's crazy for the Open.
I mean, I've never been in Long Island more. I jumped once. I skydived there once when I could skydive. It was part of a pretty awesome weekend. I actually I skydived, did a jump. I saw Attack of the Clones and went to a Mets-Yankees game at Shea Stadium, the old Shea Stadium. That was a pretty good weekend. That was one of my top 5 weekends. But
pretty good lineup.
Yeah, I don't know how that Shinnecock looked gorgeous. Like I don't know about the weather.
Gorgeous. They had that in great condition.
Is the weather like that though? Like I mean, I know Jersey
it's usually not that bad. It's usually breezy because it is near the coast. I mean, Long Island's a relatively skinny
Yeah.
island. So I mean, you get breeze like that, but not like that was
Yeah.
above average. I mean, they were having gusts up to 50 miles per hour on some of the rounds.
You know,
You
I
know,
remember the 90, I don't know if you were following golf back then. I remember the 96 Open when Corey Pavin wins. And the difference between the coverage then and now, like the one thing you can't appreciate is how beautiful that golf course looks. Like there were British guys and Scottish guys I would listen to oh, it's not really links. Man, get the hell out of here. That's as close as
no,
link
that
golf as I'm going to see it.
yeah,
That
that's
thing
the
was
closest you're going to get here, like in this country. I mean, like I know you can't like fully replicate links golf because we don't have the
grasses and
same
shit, but
environment, but I mean that was pretty damn close. Like that's the kind of setup I want to see on major tournaments where it's like, yeah, like
yeah.
be in some freaking fescue that you have to freaking walk around and find your ball. Like
And by the way,
there should be punishments for missing the fairway. Like that's simple.
they by the way, they widened the fairways to like that's more or less what the members face, 40-yard wide fairways. I mean, because in 2018 they took a bunch of it out, they made it too thin. I think I don't know what Brooks Koepka got in the 2018, but I mean to this day, I mean they've only had 7 guys go under par under US Open conditions in total. So it wasn't penal, it was just tough, which is what we wanted to
Well,
see.
it's what you need for these guys, though. Like, unless you're the live players, they were all having a horrible weekend. But besides that, the ones who play real golf for a living.
Let me tell you something, and I'm glad you mentioned it because okay, NBC, y'all have got to stop putting so many microphones everywhere. Because I'm just glad I wasn't watching it on TV with my son there, because Rom was dropping F-bombs like it was Nagasaki, bro. Like it was Dresden. It was insane. How many times F this and fuck that? And at one point, did you see him kicking his driver down
Yeah.
the fairway? I'm like,
Yeah.
that's $700, asshole. Like, why are you kicking it like that? I get it's a Callaway, but it's not a Titleist or anything. But Jesus, bro.
And why didn't he get a penalty? Why didn't he get a 2-stroke penalty like that other kid?
Joaquin Neiman.
Yeah, Joaquin Neiman. I started blanking on his name there, but
Yeah,
Joaquin Neiman wasn't even on TV when he did it.
no, I mean he launched his club. Apparently, some police officer.
I mean, I get it.
Like,
don't throw your club there, Sergio Jr. But I mean,
listen, I'm gonna tell you this, and this is one of the things I can appreciate now, having worked at a golf course, is the following. So you're at the U.S. Open, you have to wear long pants, right? So that kind of gives you that clicks your brain on, right? Like when I was working at a golf course, if my pro got me on somewhere else, or I went to go to somewhere else, it was always long pants. No matter how hot it was, you had to wear long pants. Like this is pretty serious stuff. And to be honest with you, I don't know if NBC gets fined like you would in live TV. I think it's like a $10,000 fine or whatever heck it is. But
were you watching? Well, let me ask you: were you watching like NBC broadcast over the airwaves, or are you streaming it on Peacock?
I was streaming on Peacock. The early rounds were all USA. And by the way, NBC, please, for the love of God, stop trying to make fetch a thing with USA Network.
Yeah, so
it's
what,
over.
I'm wondering if like the over the air broadcasts, like your normal NBC feed from like your local NBC station, if it was bleeped out or not, and just if Peacock just gives it to you unfiltered. Which either way, I'm not condoning it because I think this will kind of go into something we were going to talk about anyway. But it's like twofold. One, if you're NBC and you're one of the producers for NBC, or you're one of the producers that's following this guy around, or you're one of the producers in the truck who's saying switch to ROM, either put him on a delay so you can bleep it out, or freaking don't do the audio.
Yeah.
Now, on the other side of things, if you're the rules official that's going around with that group, I mean, I don't know if that's in the rules or not, but I mean, it seems like that's kind of a conduct that's unbecoming of a professional golfer.
Sure.
I get it. Live was different. They're, whatever, go do whatever you want on Live, but you're not on Live right now. You're back on PGA. Like, there are standards to uphold. Just like you have to wear pants, you have to wear a collared shirt. Like you.
Yeah. Like to me, the whole thing was, and this is where I will give it, where I think the rules officials need to step up. They need to say, hey guys, you give them one warning. You pull them off to the side, you correct them off camera, get the cameras away, and the microphones say, okay, hey dude, there are kids around here. Let me tell you something. I've been to Augusta, I've been to the Kemper Open, I've been to the President's Cup, and it's getting progressively worse. Like right now, I wouldn't feel comfortable taking my kid to a PGA Tour event.
Yeah, so and I think that's something we had like kind of jotted up in our notes over here was like the way fans are behaving, but is that also just part of a reflection of how the guys on the tour are behaving.
That absolutely 100%.
And then that also just a reflection of how, like if you're a new golfer coming in, if you're a young golfer, if you're a kid, or even as like, a teenager or an adult who's starting to golf, like I know when I was learning to golf that my grandfather and my father were teaching me golf. The etiquette of golf was just as important as the game, as the fundamentals of your swing and hitting the ball. You learn the etiquette of golf as well. All right, like they go hand in hand. It's a gentleman's game. You're supposed to be treated as such. Go. But now you get players that are doing this, but then you get fans that are misbehaving, and it doesn't appear that much is being done about that in a lot of places, minus Augusta. But Augusta's its own separate thing, so I'm not even going to really include them. But you see it in other courses. But yeah, I mean, if you have your players running up and down the fairway, yelling and cursing and screaming, what do you expect from the fans then at that point? Like
I
don't know, like
for me, as a guy who's played this all my life, I've been playing golf since I was 12 years old. I'm now 46. I have never seen it to the point where between the Ryder Cup this year and the U.S. Open this year, I'm now at a point where I cannot, in good conscience, not that I could afford it, but I, in good conscience, could not go and take my son there without, a lot of earmuffs. To me, and I think part of it really starts with, we talk a lot about in golf, we police ourselves. We don't have referees. Well, they kind of do, but when starting at the Ryder Cup, what should have happened from the get-go was Keegan Bradley should have told his players, hey, there's a point. You can't take it past this point, right? And you had to actively go and say, hey, cut that crap out.
Yeah. You as a player have to take the lead at that point.
Yeah. Listen, right now, Rory's not playing at the Travelers Championship, even though it's one of the special tournaments. I guarantee you part of it is he's had a sour taste in his mouth from that. I was actually surprised it didn't happen more often at Aronimink with, I know that Scheffler was getting harassed because he was a Cowboys fan and it's the Eagles thing, but like New York is taking it to a whole new level between Bethpage and now Shinnecock. The other one's going upstate. It's just up the Hudson, and I think that part of it has got to be players realizing they got to police themselves. Like I'm not a curmudgeon. Like one of the things, I don't know if you've ever had to deal with this in your time playing, but one of the things I grew up with it, you never played music on carts. And that's like everyone does that now.
Everyone does that. It drives me nuts.
It drives me nuts too.
I will be an old curmudgeon about that. That one drives me nuts because it's just like, dude, you go into a golf course.
Aren't you relaxed enough
to enjoy the beauty of like the golf course? Being out in nature, especially if you live in like a city area and like it might be the only green space you freaking see. And it's like I got this guy blasting Bad Bunny freaking the next fairway over like a freaking like I'm at the concert. Like
so I get a lot of that.
Like dude, like put some headphones in then, dude, if you want to freaking listen to music while you play. Like,
you and I playing, I will never do it. I'm okay with music in between. Like one of the things I always tell my guys, and this is legit. Like just I tell they say because I've actually that happened to me this weekend. I was playing at a place called Bayonet, and they linked us up with a couple of guys. And the guys like, hey, can I play music? I'm like, hey, that's cool. Can you just do me a favor, like mute it while I'm singing? Because it messes the timing, like I'm because I was a musician, like that messes with me, and that kind of lets them know, hey, I'm cool with it, but not really, like, hey, keep it down a little bit. That's kind of my compromise level. But to be honest with you, like I say this something somewhat sarcastically, but in the truth, you get to spend 5 hours by yourself if you're a dad without changing diapers or arbitrating a fight.
Listening to music you don't want to listen to.
Yeah.
And now you have to listen to music you don't have to listen to. Yeah.
Yes. And that's a good point. But I'm like, aren't you relaxed enough? You're spending 5 hours in nature without anyone else bothering you. Isn't it relaxing enough? Anyway, and I'll segue that into the discussion you and I were having about Wyndham. Amazing thing. Like, I don't think people really understand how amazing it was to go wire to wire under par at those conditions.
In those conditions. I mean, at any tournament, going wire to wire is impressive.
Yes.
At that tournament, at that course, in those conditions, which, and again, like, I don't mean any disrespect to Wyndham Clark. Obviously, he's a great player. On the PGA Tour, you're one of the best players in the world. I never thought I'd be saying his name as like a 2-time U.S. Open champion. So, like, congratulations to him. Like, dude, have at it, bro. Like, that's awesome. But especially, like you said, wire to wire at that course in those conditions. Woo, bro.
I mean, and what bothers me is people aren't taking the full account of the situation, right? Like, guys, this is an amazing victory. He is one of only 7 people on the planet to have said, "I have won under U.S. Open conditions under par." And you're booing him because you want Scotty Scheffler. Hey, Scheffler wants to keep doing his Scheffler shuffle, and you know, I could really nerd out on Scheffler. All I'm going to say on this is like the reason the guy continues to have the problems he has in early rounds is that his swing is something that is. I'm not going to say it's not repeatable. It's not repeatable under those conditions. And then he continues to mess around with his driver. I was looking at this stat up because I was really genuinely curious what's going on with him. So one of the things I found out is that from this year, last year, so last year he was number 1 in the PGA Tour against going into the right rough. This year he's 79th, which means that he's about middle of the barrel. He had, for all intents and purposes, no matter what he did, was out of the tournament. And you needed to say, this guy is out of it. Let's enjoy this. I mean, did you see that shot? I think it was on 12, a 275-yard par 4 that he hit that duck slice, and he puts it within 8 feet.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, and I don't know about you, man, but I'm about ready to go to get one of those pink putters because, like, the guy was putting lights out. He made 55 feet of fucking par putt, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's nuts. Like, that's longer than some people's houses.
Yeah.
Like, most people don't realize that, like, a standard house is only like 60 feet long or wide in most cases. That's as long as your house.
I mean, and then the other thing is, like, he's doing it on Poana grass, which I don't know if you've ever played on it, but like, if you've been on Bet or Bermuda all your life, and then you go to Poana, I've played Poana maybe a handful of times, and it is insane how bad it gets in the afternoon. Like, if you and I ever go play golf, and I find out it's Poana, we are playing like
going somewhere else.
No, we're going to play at 6:30 in the morning because by 5 o'clock, those things are utterly unputtable. And he did it, man. I'm telling you, give it up to him.
Yeah, it was an amazing showing on his part, and like, and he had some scrambles. Like, he had to save himself a few times.
Yeah,
even in that last round, going down the last 9, like there were a couple times where I'm like, oh, dude, he's about to double bogey this hole, and no, he kept pulling out those saves. So good for him.
I was very happy for him. I thought it was a little weird bringing up. I'm all about, listen, I'll be the first to tell you, like, my post-military career, like, I'm all about mental health. And if you guys have got a problem, definitely go see a counselor. Don't be afraid to, you have to be brave to admit that out in public. And then when I was shocked when I saw that on Full Swing with season 2, when they were talking about his anger issues. I think it was a good waste, or I think it was a wasted effort on NBC's part, showing, I think his name was Julia Elion or something. Her sports psychologist. Like, dude, that's like that's like a thing you put on the website. Hey, for more on this, go check out this link.
This out.
Because it kind of, like, I think one of the things I'm starting to hate about the coverage now is this whole let's keep watching the golf while amazing things are happening, but we're watching freaking a Rolex commercial, like,
on the
dude,
side.
now,
the split screen.
What the hell? Yes.
Like, so they need those ad dollars, though. I know why they're doing it, but I mean, it's better than cutting away to a full commercial.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, like, I'm of the opinion that, like, you can cut a lot of the stuff beforehand while you're away. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I was just gonna say, like, there's lots of ways you can skin this cat. No one's gonna be happy one way or the other. You got to worry about the money. But here's a suggestion. You find a way to cut the commercial, and then while you're away, and then just to montage it. Like, don't do the pre-swing and all that other stuff. Just, hey, he's this far, and then he hits it. All right, that's where he's at. Fast forward, go to the next thing. Hold down the A button like you do on PGA Tour on EA Sports. Just
skip ahead.
Yeah, man. Like,
I'm all right. So I have 2 opinions on it. Like, one, if you're watching it on a streaming service, like I'm watching it on Peacock, dude, I already pay for Peacock. Like, why do I have to watch ads? I'm already paying you.
Yeah.
It's not like basic cable where you're getting like a fraction of a cent of my cable bill. I subscribe to your streaming service already. I pay you directly. Why do I have to watch commercials? So
I'll tell you this much.
All right, I know they're still going to make me watch the commercials. So I would much rather have them do like F1 does, where they will, because in F1, whether you get the Sky Sports feed from the UK or you get F1 TV's feed, they both will just front load the commercials, and they'll just be like a 5-minute block of commercials right before the broadcast starts. And then the entire 2-hour broadcast now is just the event. Now, I know you can't do it golf. Golf is obviously a much longer event, I don't know, like at the top of every hour,
But
just
that's what
give
they
me a
did at the
freaking
NBC.
a 5-minute block, like,
So
and
that's what NBC did on the final round. On the front nine, I don't
well,
know if
yeah,
you noticed it.
yeah, but like in the last hour they did it too, but that's because Rolex sponsored the last hour, so that's why you kept seeing Rolex all over the place in that last hour. The last hour or two, Rolex was sponsoring the whole thing, so I'm fine with that as well. But
I'll
it's
put it to
just
you
like
this
I don't
way.
know, like
Right now, if I'm buying a car, I'm thinking to myself, which one kept me from seeing that amazing putt? Because I was watching that and not hearing this. And then the next time when someone pulls it up, ABC or Fox or whoever it gets, who's playing the British Open? I think it's ABC. Listen
is
up,
ABC on it?
ABC. I
Get it
guess
right.
whoever it is.
Disney who owns ABC.
So put it this way: if you put it around the screen, or where I can still hear it, but like there's a frame that's got brought to you by Rolex, I will buy that thing over anyone that has advertised during those sports.
It leads to the funnier Rolex conversation. You can't actually go. You can't like buy the actual Rolex even if you go to the store. They just put you on a wait list.
I'll never since 2004 Sunto, and it tells me with magnetic declination and barometer. I don't know. I've never looked at somebody's watch and said, "Wow, you're cool." No, but that's just me. I couldn't even tell you the difference between a real Rolex and a fake one. But I don't know, man. I think I don't think we don't see what they're seeing from the producer side, but I think there's ways you can do it where I feel like we're not missing any of the action. I remember this year on the putt on 18 that was consequential on the Masters, and they were cutting the commercial. We never saw the putt. Like, and don't get me wrong, CBS does an amazing job. I think, especially the way the Augusta has really gone out of its way to show us the entire tournament. It does an amazing job. I think there's a ways around it where it's not quite so. There's not so much of an intrusion. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the Royal Birkdale. It's going to be an awesome venue. I like Royal Birkdale. I still got to find out what channel it's going to be on. But I'll leave it at this. Good Father's Day. Hey, by the way, happy belated Father's Day to you.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
Happy belated Father's Day.
But I'll leave it on the Miles Russell story. I love everything about that kid.
That was awesome.
And there you go. He went to the rules official. Can I do this? He did it right. And then the father got to pull him up the 18, which, part of it is like, could you buy a smaller bag, buddy? I mean, it is your dad,
I think that's why he waited to the 18th before he put that out. Dad wasn't going to do it on the first. Hey, Dad, what are you doing? You want to walk the entire 18 with me? Come on. With my tour bag?
Oh, my God.
That was an awesome moment, though. That was very, very cool. Very cool. Mature for an 18-year-old,
Yeah.
And the 18-year-old's acting more mature than the older guys on tour. Hi, John Rahm.
I don't know, man. I definitely think part of learning to be a father is teaching them how to be a gentleman. I think that's
harder nowadays. You see less and less of it.
Yeah, man. But anywho, it's been awesome, brother.
Yep. Time to wrap it up.
Time to wrap it up. You've probably got more Game of Thrones to see that I can't see.
I'm caught up, dude. You're the one who has to go and do some binge watching.
I can't, man. Are you kidding me?
That's why I gotta wait for Kim to get back. No, go binge watch Daredevil.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Do Born Again, bro. That's a good time.
Good times.
Time. You will not be disappointed. All right, man. How's it going?
Say hi to the family for me.
You too, man.
All right.
Later.